ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive.
It is Tuesday, November 25th. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Our text line is open, and it's going to be your final day this week, so you better take advantage of it now. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We got Marshall basketball tomorrow. We've got NFL football for your Thursday, for your Thanksgiving, including the Bengals. So we're looking for a turkey there. And, of course, we're going to have football action on Friday, Thundering Herd on Saturday. We've got a busy holiday weekend ahead for you, so this is going to be our last show of the week, so I'm excited. Ryan Crisp, I believe it's Ryan Crisp. Ryan confirmed yesterday with me, the Associate Athletic Director of Ticket Sales and Fan Engagement. He's going to be on the program. We're going to talk to him here in the next few minutes about what's happening for the Thundering Herd during the holiday. And, of course, he'll get you updated on everything you need to know. Final home game coming up on Saturday for the Thundering Herd and Tony Gibson's squad. This will be an important game for Marshall. The focus, obviously, is going to be win the game. It's the next game, the most important game, win the game. That's the focus. But there's a little extra to this game now. Both teams are looking for that sixth win to become bowl eligible. And how important would a sixth win be for Marshall? And just being able to carry that over, you get the extra practices, you get more time with the team, you finish with an opportunity to become a bowl champion. You know, Coach Pruitt really started hitting that home. Hey, we're the champions of this bowl. We're bowl champions. And so that was part of that championship mentality. Hey, look, we got bowl rings. We're champions here. And so to get Coach Gibson to bowl eligibility would be huge for his team, for him. It would also mean that this team has an opportunity to go into the postseason, get a little bit more playing time, a little bit more reps. Most of the guys hopefully will be sticking around. The transfer portal shouldn't decimate anybody until after the new year. So that's the good news there. So this is an important game. And honestly, for me, I'm excited about it because it's Georgia Southern, and I have a little bit more of a fondness for this game than maybe some because I remember when Marshall was in the Southern Conference, and I remember the rivalry, the importance of the matchups between Marshall and Georgia Southern, and that was a question I asked Coach Gibson. He would know. He would understand the importance of this rivalry between Marshall and Georgia Southern. It's a little bit of a different rivalry. It's not as storied or as long-standing as the one between Marshall and App State, but he did acknowledge there's been some important football played between these two teams.
Yeah, no doubt. And I told our guys that as well. I mean, they played some meaningful games back in the Southern Conference, just like against App. I mean, really, when you think of the Southern Conference, not to disrespect anybody else that was in it, but Marshall, Georgia Southern, and App, that's who you knew was coming out of the Southern Conference. I mean, one of those three teams were, for years, the teams. But, you know, it's a great program. Probably the worst beating I've ever taken on a football field was at Georgia Southern my senior year when I was at Glenville. We had the bright idea to go play them right before our playoff run, and that was, I think, game 10 or 11 for us. It was bad. I think they broke a rushing record down there at Georgia Southern. So, and then I've coached against them one other time. So we kind of got them back that time.
So our research staff, myself and our very, very eager to please Ben Anderson, did the research. First up, it was a 66-13 victory over Glenville State. We're looking at November 12th, 1994. So Glenville State, Marshall, Georgia Southern, lots of connections here. But for Coach Gibson, 66-13. And he was talking about, I got him back a little bit. I got a little payback on him. We got to go all the way to September 5th, 2015. It was a 44-0 win. The Mountaineers got Coach Gibson a little payback as the Mountaineers beat Georgia Southern. Coach Gibson, a defensive coordinator there. So Coach Gibson's got a little payback. Now here's an opportunity for him as a head coach to win a meaningful game against Georgia Southern. So hopefully it will turn out in favor of Coach Gibson. We're going to hear more from him about what happened on Saturday. Also, we're going to look ahead. Thanksgiving, obviously, is an important time. Family, the food, obviously, and that's an important time for football teams to be together. High school teams especially. I know that's important for these kids because if they're practicing during Thanksgiving week, they're missing out on a lot of things, but they're also getting the opportunity to play some meaningful football games. So football time around Thanksgiving, very important to still be practicing, to still be playing around this time. Very important, very meaningful for the Thundering Herd to be in this position. So we'll hear more from Coach Gibson in just a few minutes. We'll find out what his Thanksgiving actually looks like. What does a Tony Gibson Thanksgiving actually look like? 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Let's answer some questions from the text line before we continue. Texter wants to know if there's going to be a coaches show tonight in this holiday week. Yes. We got coaches shows at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. So everybody's got a coaches show tonight. So right after the show, coaches show coming up. So hopefully you can stick around and hear all of the basketball and the football talk from Davis's Place. Steve Cotton, the legendary voice of the Thundering Herd, will have all of the action from the coaches show coming up. And then, of course, we'll get ready for some basketball tomorrow. And then we've got Thanksgiving, the Bengals, Joe Burrow, turkey, and then Friday we've got football, college football. Saturday, Marshall back at it once again. So a lot going on for this holiday weekend. So again, this will be your last chance to get a hold of me on the text line for the show this week. And I'm going to throw in a little incentive. Going to give you a pair of tickets to the game on Saturday. See the Herd take on Georgia Southern. Also, I'm going to give you, it's sort of a 4-pack. It's a mini football basketball pack. I'm going to give you a 2-pack, 2 tickets to go see the Herd take on Lipscomb. That is coming up tomorrow. It's going to be a 4 o'clock tip. So we're going to give you a chance to win both the football and the basketball tickets. They come together. So if you're coming, and you'll have to come early tomorrow to get those tickets. We close, I think, at noon. So I'm just going to give everyone kind of the lowdown right now. Hey, I want to make you a winner, but you gotta get here. Got to get here to get those tickets tomorrow because we shut down. There's going to be pizza and turkey and all that stuff here happening in the business office. And if you know some of the coworkers here, you don't want to get in between them and the pizza. So that's the show today. When we continue, Ryan Crisp on the other side of the break here on The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Earn more with 4 at the best community bank in the Kanawha Valley, Polka Valley Bank. Polka Valley Bank is now offering a certificate of deposit special, 10-month APY, annual percentage yield 4%. Take advantage of this great rate to grow your savings. For more information, stop by one of the 8 Polka Valley Bank locations today. Polka Valley Bank, where relationships matter.
Certain terms and conditions apply. Rates based on minimum annual percentage yield. Subject to change without notice. Minimum deposit required of $10,000 of new money not currently on deposit with Polka Valley Bank to receive APY. Member FDIC.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. It's that time of year, football season. Frank's has you covered from Marshall, WVU, the rest of college football to the NFL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials they have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's.
Transform your outdoors all year long with Roberts Lawn Care and Landscaping. Family owned and operated, serving the tri-state area with expert landscaping services. From vibrant spring gardens to cozy fall patios and everything in between. Roberts specializes in sustainable landscaping that thrives through every season, residential or commercial. Roberts creates personalized solutions to bring your vision to life. Call Roberts today at 304-633-5822 because your dream yard deserves 4 seasons of care.
This fall, let the Car Ferry bring a little magic to your driveway at Mark Porter Auto Group. With locations in Pomeroy, Jackson, Ohio, and Ashland, Kentucky. Want to shop 24 hours a day? Cozy up with a cup of cider and browse our full inventory anytime at markporterautogroup.com. Fall into a safe, reliable vehicle and let the Car Ferry guide you to Mark Porter Auto Group in Pomeroy, Jackson, and Ashland. Or shop 24/7 at markporterautogroup.com.
It's time to move your feet before you eat and join us for the 19th annual Huntington Turkey Trot. It benefits Little Victories Animal Rescue. Thursday, Thanksgiving morning, November 27th at Huntington's Ritter Park. This 5K run walk is open to everyone who wants to have fun. A little fellowship and some fresh air on Thanksgiving morning. Register now at huntingtonturkeytrot.org. The 19th annual Turkey Trot, Thanksgiving morning, Ritter Park Picnic Shelter. Race day registration opens at 7:30 and the trot starts at 9. We'll see you at the Turkey Trot.
I'm Nori, and when I was young, my mom opened our home to someone who needed a secure and safe place. She taught him what it was like to have someone care about you, having dinner at home or going out to eat together.
In West Virginia, families open their homes every year to adult family care.
Some folks need a little extra help, but everybody deserves a family.
Call the Department of Human Services and ask to speak to an adult family care home finder at 304-269-6820. Sponsored by the West Virginia Department of Human Services, the West Virginia Broadcasters Association, and this station. This project is supported by the Administration for Community Living, ACL, of the United States, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, as part of a financial assistance award totaling $1,227,345, with 100% funded by ACL HHS. The contents are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL HHS or the U.S. government.
Today, a new creature walks among us, causing fear, mayhem, and injury.
Stay back, children.
Look out for the dreaded digital deadwalkers. With faces pressed against their little handheld devices, they put all good citizens in harm's way.
Hey, dude, I'm walking here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you.
A public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected with healthy bones.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Miss an episode? Catch it anytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We continue on with this Tuesday edition of Your Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Our text line, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texter wants to know if I had to make a prediction on the result for Saturday's game with Georgia Southern, who do you think wins? Well, obviously, I got to take the Thundering Herd. I can't pick against Marshall, right? Especially it's Georgia Southern week. So I'll take the Herd against Georgia Southern. And my next guest is probably going to take the Herd as well. I'm not so sure. We'll find out. Ryan Crisp is with us. He is the Associate Athletics Director, Ticket Sales, and Fan Engagement. You're taking the Herd, right, obviously?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, just making sure. This conversation would go really weird if you said no. Absolutely. Just like, okay, Ryan's not taking the Herd. No, absolutely Ryan's taking the Herd. Hey, before we continue, I'll probably see you tomorrow, but after that, happy Thanksgiving. I know this is got to be a fun time for you and the family as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. You as well, Paul. And, yeah, it's obviously a fun time of year for everyone, but then with Herd games sandwiched on each side of the holiday, it makes it even a little more enjoyable for us here.
Absolutely. And, of course, there's always a deal to be had, right? Ryan's with us. He's in charge of deal making. What do you guys plan special for the holidays? Let's start, of course, we got basketball tomorrow. It's going to be an afternoon game, 4 o'clock tip. And I know the last time we had to change the time, we did something for the kids, and it was fun to see them out on the court at halftime. You know, for this was regularly scheduled, so this wasn't just an all of a sudden time shift. But are you doing anything special for the early time tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll always do stuff for the kids. So we'll have the kids dunk and all that at halftime again. But ticket sales for this game have been really strong. It's going to be our biggest crowd of the year so far. Like you said, it's been announced at 4:00 from the get-go. Chance for the visiting team to get back home for the holiday, obviously, which is important for them and something we wanted to honor. And just from a work standpoint, there's a lot of businesses that are taking off early or, all that kind of stuff. The university actually closes at noon tomorrow. So ticket sales are really good. It's going to be our biggest game of the year. So we're excited to see a full Henderson Center and hopefully get another win here and continue this little winning streak we got.
Absolutely. So we're going to have turkey burgers, right, at the Henderson Center tomorrow? You got that in the concessions?
I don't know. I don't know if that's on the menu or not, but either way, it'll be a good time for sure.
Absolutely. Remember, eat light, pace yourself. Tomorrow, you can have a few things, but then after that, you got to just make room. You got to get ready for Thanksgiving. Coach Gibson, I know he's going to the turkey trot for the football team. They've got a few days off. We got the final regular season game for the Herd coming up on Saturday. What are we expecting for this one? This is a important game for Marshall. Obviously, you win this game, you're bowl eligible, and then you get to move on to a postseason berth somewhere. We don't know yet, but just what's the day going to look like for Marshall football and maybe for the fans? Anything special going on for this final game?
Yeah, I mean, there is stuff all over the place. Obviously our Fan Fest and Thunderwalk and all that will be as normal. 11:10 for Thunderwalk from the West Lot, so make sure you're there for that. And then really, there's a few big time promos. I think the one that affects everyone is free popcorn for all fans. So at concession stands that carry popcorn, you just walk up and grab a popcorn and walk away. It's a free popcorn for everyone, which is just a thank you to fans for this year and their investment in us and what they've done. And so it's a small payback that we're able to do, but hopefully make everyone's days a little brighter. So free popcorn for everyone. Another big one that's had a huge amount of success so far is high school students are free. And so every high school student in America can come to our game for free. They have to fill out a form, so we're cleared by the NCAA for not giving improper benefits or anything like that. But they could all come for free. And, with it being Thanksgiving break and the university closed, obviously the student section was going to be a little lighter than normal. And so we felt this is a good way to not only help fill that student section up, but also give kids a chance to experience what it's like at a Division I football game and be a part of the student section. And then the university's also bought in on this as well. So there'll be information and tents and tables set up from university admissions as well as different colleges around the university. I know the aviation school is planning a pretty cool setup where they're going to enter from. So everyone bought in on this idea. It'll be a good chance for high school kids to come out and not only experience the game, but learn a little bit more about Marshall University. So that promo is going really well. We also have a youth group promo going on. So anyone that has any type of youth team, whether it's a sports team or cheerleading or youth group with church or whatever it may be, you can email herdtickets@marshall.edu and you'll get a unique special link for you to be able to purchase discounted tickets to come to the game. So another great one there. And then one that's already been launched for about a week and a half now. I think we talked about it last week, Paul, that's had really good success. We've already filled up 2 tote fulls in the ticket office, is the toy drive. So you're able to donate a toy to Hoops Family Children's Hospital. And when you do that, you're going to receive a free ticket to the game. And that's had really good buy-in, and a lot of people have already done that. So a chance for you to give back to the community, but then also a chance for us to reward that fan for doing that and to help and do our part by providing you with a ticket to the game. So a lot of promos going on. If you want to bring a toy on game day, you definitely can. You would do that at the M Club Pavilion, which is right outside of Gate C. You just drop off your toy there and you'd get your ticket there as well. So great opportunities for everyone to come to the game, a different promo for really any type of age group or any demographic it may be. There's an opportunity for everyone to come out to the game this Saturday and, let's get a win and let's get bowl eligible.
That explains why I saw Emily Suter earlier from your office buried in teddy bears over at the football office. So
That's right.
That explains that.
Yeah, no, we've had a great show so far of toys that have been donated, and it's really cool to see. We've had a lot of people that have dropped off multiple toys and not even asked for anything in return. And it's just great to see that the community is helping with that. I will say also, we talked about this last week. We did the food drive for basketballs on Sunday, and they're actually going to come back to the game tomorrow, and we're going to honor them and their employees from Facing Hunger Food Bank and what they do. But there was over 450 pounds of food that was donated between the two basketball games on Sunday that went to the local communities in the area. So just a tremendous show of support from Herd fans, and once again, just an opportunity for us to provide the asset, provide the entertainment, provide the venue, but then really Herd fans did all the work with providing 450 pounds of food.
Our guest is Ryan Crisp. He is the Associate Athletics Director, Ticket Sales and Fan Engagement. Now, the calendar might look light. I know that's not the case for you. There's a couple of games this week. Basketball's on the road. But for you, what's coming up maybe that we should start getting excited about for fans, sort of a sneak preview as we get into December, things that are going to be happening that you don't want to miss out on?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of different things. Obviously, the bowl game is going to be the first thing. So just information there. Where are we going? What's the ticket deal? How do I get there? All that good stuff. And obviously, we can't plan for any of that until we know where we're going. But that'll obviously be a big announcement with lots of information and lots of things pertaining to that. And then the next big thing on the plate is probably really two big projects. One is baseball season tickets. I know we haven't even officially hit winter time yet, so we're still a couple seasons away, but baseball time is here. And so we're going to launch those season tickets at some point in the middle of December, probably run those season ticket renewals through the holidays and all that good stuff. So baseball season tickets, be on the lookout for that, whether you had them last year or you're looking to purchase season tickets for the first time this year, you'll be able to do that. We're also going to add a pretty good value pack to that. We're going to add a family pack like we've done at other sports. Provide a much more valuable option for fans that maybe couldn't pull the trigger on the full season ticket package, but are able to do something in the family pack zone. So we're excited about that. And then another partnership that we do with Hoops Family Children's Hospital is the basketball games right before the Christmas holiday. We always do the teddy bear toss, which we have great success with. I think this is going to be our third annual teddy bear toss, where fans will bring teddy bears to the game, and then at halftime, everyone throws their teddy bear onto the court. And it's a really cool scene, really awesome to see. And then once again, all of those teddy bears get donated to the hospital with Hoops Family Children's Hospital for those kids to enjoy. So a couple big projects coming up, another cool initiative that we're excited about, and just another way for our community to give back.
Ryan Crisp is with us. He is the Associate Athletics Director, Ticket Sales and Fan Engagement, Marshall University. We'll see him tomorrow at the Cam Henderson Center, and then it's, of course, Thanksgiving. We know what Coach Gibson's doing on Thanksgiving. What are you doing? What's the big plan? Turkey trot? What do you got?
I don't think I'm going to make it for the turkey trot. I'm not sure if I could run around the block once, let alone the whole turkey trot thing. So my family, we host Thanksgiving at my house, so my wife's got the honey to-do list pretty long already, so we'll be knocking those out in the morning.
What is on the honey to-do list? I mean, is it go get this, go get that, clean this, clean? I mean, come on, it should be just football and Ryan Crisp.
It's all those projects we haven't done for the last 8 months that now's the time.
Absolutely. So, what's the big one thing for Thanksgiving that you've got to have? If it's not on the menu, it's not Thanksgiving.
Yeah, for me, I'm a little bit of a weirdo, I think, but it's green bean casserole. That's just the one that I feel like is really only a thing that I have around the holidays, right? I probably only have it 2 to 3 times a year, but it's one of those dishes that I really look forward to for Thanksgiving. So green bean casserole is my go-to.
Okay, green bean casserole, pumpkin, apple pie, what are we looking at here?
Pumpkin
Right,
all the way,
fair.
especially for Thanksgiving, yeah.
Fair. Okay, deviled eggs, yay or nay?
No.
What?
No. No, not for me.
Really? Okay. I mean, I guess everyone has their own celebration. It's just, I mean, does your wife make deviled eggs? Because obviously, if you're not eating them.
I believe someone brings them, but I do not partake in the deviled eggs. Also, a little bit of a hot take. I prefer ham over turkey on Thanksgiving.
Okay. I mean, I'm not too far off on that. I like both, but turkey is kind of special for Thanksgiving. You can have ham for Christmas, right? Or you just have ham for both. Maybe that's how you do.
Well, a lot of ham and a little bit of turkey, just to say I did partake in the turkey, but lots more ham.
Okay. I like it. Ryan Crisp is with us. Don't forget, basketball coming up tomorrow. Plenty of time to get to the Henderson Center. Tickets are available until when tomorrow? You're going to be – when's the ticket office open for those who want to maybe get the last-second ticket again?
Yeah, for sure. So we obviously can buy in Herd Zone all the way up until game time. Ticket office will be open at 8:30 tomorrow. We are going to shut down for a staff lunch right around 11:30 to 12:30, but we'll be back open and then over in the Henderson Center starting at 3 o'clock through halftime.
Ryan Crisp with us tomorrow. Basketball, the Herd taking on Lipscomb. That's a 4 o'clock tip. Ryan, have a great Thanksgiving. If I don't see you, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, appreciate it, Paul. Go Herd.
There you have it. When we continue, we have got your text 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Tomorrow, basketball. Thursday, Thanksgiving. How do you plan on celebrating? When we continue on this edition of The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Take 20% off women's handbags and fashion apparel from North Face, Simply Southern, UMG, and Very J. All men's and women's athletic shoes from On, Hoka, Brooke, Getchers, and New Balance, $10 off. Entire selection of women's regularly priced boots now 20% off. Ugg and Birkenstock not included. Children's boots from Dam Post, Rocky, Georgia, Muck, and more, 20% off. And men's casual and dress shoes from Florsheim, Skechers, and Clark's, 20% off. Birkenstock and Ugg not included. It's Scioto Shoe Mart's Black Friday sale, 615 Harding Avenue, Sciotoville.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union now brings you all the tech that big banks have, but still has that personal touch of a member-owned community credit union. Apple Pay? Got it. Digital wallet? Yep. Message pay by text, online loan payments, even chatting with a real person, not a bot. Open accounts, sign documents, and manage your money all online. It's the big bank tech you need from the local community-minded credit union you trust. Metro Community FCU. Visit metrocommunityfcu.com today.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with kids, finances, insurance, and life? Well, let your State Farm agent help you simplify and get to a better state. With State Farm handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40%. Help you get ahead. Call an agent today and get to a better state with State Farm. In Huntington, Ray Crabtree, 304-736-8181. In Milton, Russ McRae, 304-743-9318. And in Lavallette, Jason Elkins, 304-529-7555.
Shop the Black Friday event here at Cardinal Chevrolet, where the red tags mean real deals. All new Silverados, 0% financing or save up to $10,000 off MSRP. Trailblazer and Equinox, 0% financing or save up to $5,500. Even our EV models, 0% financing for 60 months. All with up to 125% of ABB value for your trade. New ownership, improved processes, better deals. Better deals. The bow tie means a better buy. Shop CardinalChevy.com. Together, let's drive. See below for details.
I'm Naheem Hines, professional football player and proud supporter of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. My mom was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy when I was 14, and I watched her struggle. But MDA helped her get the best treatments and care, and they also help kids like my buddy Ethan.
My name is Ethan. Thanks to the Muscular Dystrophy Association and people like you, I have more hope than ever before. From day one, they've treated me like family at my local care center. MDA is the only one that funds over 150 care centers across the U.S. to help provide state-of-the-art care for adults and kids like me.
MDA has been transforming the lives of people living with muscular dystrophy, ALS, and other related neuromuscular diseases. They fund the research for breakthrough treatments, care, and cures. And MDA provides support to thousands of families like mine and Ethan's in communities like yours. Thanks to MDA, kids and adults can live life to its fullest. Join us and learn more at MDA.org today.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
As a prospective college student, one way you can save money on higher education is to earn college credit while you're still in high school. You can save hundreds, even thousands of dollars by taking dual credit courses, which let you earn high school credit and college credit at the same time. Want to learn more about dual credit courses? Visit the website of the Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority at kheaa.com. That's kheaa.com.
Hi, this is Dave Wilson, host of Metro News Talk Line, and you're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
We continue on with this Tuesday edition of Your Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop at 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texter says, Paul, Marshall basketball will win tomorrow, and the football team will get back on track Saturday. And a hot take. Marshall will win whatever bowl game that they're in. Also from the text line, appreciate that. Texter says, Paul, Marshall football is going to win a close game this Saturday, 27-24. Let's go bowling and go Herd. All right, let's get your text in as well if you haven't got in. Now's the time. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255 to be a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. So, Marshall getting set for Georgia Southern Saturday, Jones C. Edwards Stadium. Had a chance to join Coach Gibson for his weekly get-together with the media, and he talked about some of the things that happened on Saturday. I know it was very disappointing for this team. They're trying to bounce back from this, obviously, but I still am under the thought that, you know what, get to 6-6, that's going to be okay. Still a lot of learning and growing to do. Here's Coach Gibson starting off with his opening statement.
You know, going back with the game last week, obviously it was a game of missed opportunities. And one thing we did different this week on Sunday, I made every coach put 2 good plays, 2 bad plays for their position group, get up in front of the team and talk about it. Because what we don't need is your fault because you fumbled on the last drive, or it's your fault because you fumbled the second to last drive. It's your fault you gave up a touchdown on defense. That was a team loss. Players, coaches, we're all responsible. We all got to get better. We all got to fix it. And, you know, so did that for a reason that, you know, number one, you don't ever want to splinter your team, offense versus defense, whatever it may be. And I didn't sense any of that was happening. But I wanted to make it clear that if any of us, play callers, position coaches, players, do one thing different, one call may be different, make one more play, don't make a bad play, we win the game. And it's a small margin of error in college football right now. And, you know, it seems like we keep ending up on the wrong side of it. So, but what I really like is our kids bounce back, had 2 good practices, and we're playing for these seniors this week to extend this season. And, you know, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great challenge. We're playing a good football team that has skilled players on offense, big up front on defense. So we're going to have our hands full.
And he tried to emphasize, or at least he was stressing to us, that there's not just one play you can look at and go, that cost us the game. That was it. Would have got that one play right there. Instead, he tried to make sure that everyone was aware of where the successes were and where the failures were. Everyone took accountability. Everyone saw what they were doing right. Everyone understands what they were doing wrong. And so he made sure to stress to his team, it wasn't just one play that cost Marshall the game or many games this season, but especially on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly how I tell them. We sit in here and we watch it. Here's what went wrong. Here's what we could have done differently. And, other than Georgia, we've been in every football game. I mean, we had a top 25 team out here on the ropes. With 4 minutes to go in the game, we have the ball at midfield. So we score right there and win that game. It changes. But we've lost 3 football games this year with a total of 6 points. So now, is that bad coaching? Is that bad playing? Is that bad? Nah, maybe a little bit of everything. But those are all things that we have to get fixed. And, what everybody needs to remember, and I need to remember at times, their coaches get paid. Their players are good players. They get scholarships. And, I know people, they say things and think I'm not very smart and our players aren't very good. And but the reality is everybody else has good players and good coaches as well. So, that's part of the game.
I don't think Coach Gibson's referencing our text line, is he? Do you think? 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. One more from Coach Gibson before we hit the break, and it's about the importance of this game. It's Georgia Southern, so for me, it's an interesting game because there's a history there between Marshall, Georgia Southern, Southern Conference days, 1AA days, and there's also the fact that both teams need to win this game to become bowl eligible. You get that 6th win, then you have an opportunity to go to a bowl. And so it's an important game. How are you approaching this was the question. And Coach Gibson responded to the question by saying he doesn't believe necessarily the season's on the line, just the fact that this game is going to possibly extend the season is more of where the herd's going with the approach.
We're going to approach it. I don't know if our season to extend it's on the line. And what we have to do, and I tell my guys this, they have to be the best you. Carlos has to be the best him. Joe Sean needs to be the best him. Cam Smith needs to be the best him. And just do your best. Don't worry about winning right now. Let's worry about getting you as good as we can get you for Saturday. And if we do that collectively as a team, then we'll be okay. We'll like the result. So that's how we're approaching. I'm not putting pressure on them as a football team because they don't need that pressure. There's enough pressure in their lives right now. What I need them to do is play the best that they can. And that's how we're going to approach that this week.
Tony Gibson from his presser earlier this afternoon. We've got a couple more from him. We'll get that on the other side of the break. Also, we're going to hear from you. Text line 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texter says, Happy Thanksgiving since it's the last show before the break. Who's going to win Survivor Series War Games this weekend? Well, that's a tough one. I'm going to say on the men's side, as much as I like the pairing of the Usos, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk, I feel like there's some dysfunction there. But I don't know which one of those guys would be the one to take the pin, take the loss. I don't think it's going to be Roman. I don't think it's going to be Cody. It's probably not going to be CM Punk there. So if anyone's on that side of the War Games is going to lose, I'm thinking Jimmy Uso, maybe. I don't know. Can you tag another loss on Jey Uso? I don't know. But you've got the other side, which has Logan Paul, which I can't stand. Also, I think that Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, fantastic futures of the wrestling profession there. You have Brock Lesnar, who might turn on someone. You never know. And you got Drew McIntyre there. Wild card. I'm going to say some nefariousness is going to happen, and maybe that the Vision team wins. On the women's side, as much as I am a Alexa Bliss fan, it's got AJ Lee on that side. So I'm going to say actually AJ Lee and Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley, everyone's favorite, and Io Sky beat the team that consists of Nia Jax, the Kabuki Warriors, Becky Lynch. Becky might take the pin just because it's setting up for that. There you go. That's my wrestling take for War Games. More coming up, including your texts here on The Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. It's that time of year, football season. Frank's has you covered from Marshall, WVU, the rest of college football to the NFL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials they have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's.
Cold weather's on its way, and what do you want on those cold, chilly evenings? A warm blanket and a hot cup of cocoa. Well, you know who else wants the same comfort? Mice. Messy, uninvited guests. They sneak in and leave droppings, chew through your food and packages. Don't let mice take over your home this fall and winter. Call K&B Pest Control. We will kill for your business. Call today, 304-523-4281.
Here's another Kinder Communications Community Chatter, the 67th Annual Model Train Show, coming to the Marshall Health Network Arena Convention Center on Thanksgiving weekend, November 28th through the 30th. Hours are 5 to 8 on Friday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday, noon to 4:30 on Sunday. $5 for adults. Tickets sold at the door. Children under 12 get in free.
This Kinder Communications Community Chatter brought to you by Arrowhead Land Company, Team Witt. Call 937-545-7764.
I'm Naheem Hines, professional football player and proud supporter of the Muscular Dystrophy Association. My mom was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy when I was 14, and I watched her struggle. But MDA helped her get the best treatments and care, and they also help kids like my buddy Ethan.
My name is Ethan. Thanks to the Muscular Dystrophy Association and people like you, I have more hope than ever before. From day one, they've treated me like family at my local care center. AMDA is the only one that funds over 150 care centers across the U.S. to help provide state-of-the-art care for adults and kids like me.
MDA has been transforming the lives of people living with muscular dystrophy, ALS, and other related neuromuscular diseases. They fund the research for breakthrough treatments, care, and cures. And MDA provides support to thousands of families like mine and Ethan's in communities like yours. Thanks to MDA, kids and adults can live life to its fullest. Join us and learn more at MDA.org today.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health.
Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Final segment for today's edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line this hour brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop at 304-396-TALK. 304-396-8255. Let's go back to the text line. First up, texter says, Paul, the team that wins war games is whatever team Brock Lesnar is on. Suplex City for the dub. All right, I appreciate that. Also, what is your go-to must-have Thanksgiving Day dish? It's easy. You got to have the potato casserole. Deviled eggs, obviously. I mean, going turkey, going traditional. So you got the turkey. You got to have the rolls, obviously. You got to have the deviled eggs. You must have. It's not Thanksgiving. It's not proper without the potato casserole. So you got to have that. But I would say deviled eggs are a close second. Deviled eggs, potato casserole, it's in between there. Honestly, you got to have both. But if I had to pick one, I would probably only go with the potato casserole because the deviled eggs would go in seconds. You can't make enough deviled eggs. And so I would just go for the longevity. I would go for the potato casserole. But you can have both. 304-396-TALK. 304-396-8255. That is our text line to be a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 as we get you set for basketball tomorrow between the Thundering Herd and Lipscomb. Football's on Saturday. And speaking of Thanksgiving, what does Thanksgiving look like for Tony Gibson? What is that sort of game plan for him as he gets set for the big important day?
I'll be here early in the morning for practice. I do get to go shoot the gun at the marathon. I'm the starter this year at the turkey run or whatever it may be at Ritter Park, so I'm going to do that. And then come over here and practice with the guys and then go spend it with my family. My wife will cook, have some family in, so it'll be good.
He was asked, do you cook? And he absolutely said, no, I do not. But it's a big week. It's an important day, Thanksgiving, especially for a football team that is still practicing. And Coach shared his thoughts on why this is his favorite time of the year.
Yeah, I think this is a great week. Even growing up and you go outside this time of year and play football, there's turkey bowls all over the place. There's just different things, a lot of football on TV and so it's special. It's a special time. This is fall football season right now, and I think this is the best time of the year to be in college football. And I know our kids like this week a lot better. We're a morning practice team, so they got to sleep in today, came in a little later, so had a little more energy. So it was good, but hopefully this extra rest will help them this week.
Hope so. That's the game on Saturday. The Herd taking on Georgia Southern. Back to the text line. Texter says, Paul, broccoli, cranberry, and turkey for sure. Good combination. I'm good with that. You take for me anyway, you take the broccoli aside. You can have the turkey and the cranberry, and you can go sandwich with those the next day. Or you can do the turkey and the stuffing. You can go turkey stuffing sandwich the next day. Absolutely. And, of course, always you can, if you've got extra, you can do turkey and the gravy. You can just cook the turkey in the gravy, heat it all up. You do the mashed potatoes with that as well. You can just put the turkey and the gravy on top of the mashed potatoes. And then, of course, you can have your sides still. But for the turkey sandwich, you got to make sure that, whatever you do carries over to the turkey sandwich the next day. What is a good turkey sandwich? The quick one is the bread, obviously some mayo, and then the turkey. That's it. That's the quick. Like, I'm hungry. I don't have time. Look, we have leftover turkey for weeks. Go into the fridge real quick, get the mayo, slap it on both sides, light, very light. Turkey, boom, done. I'm off to wherever I need to be. But I do like the cranberry. Absolutely. That is the go-to. The pumpkin pie, as we've mentioned, with the Cool Whip. By the way, you got to have the Cool Whip. If there's not Cool Whip in the freezer right now, you better go get some. That's the proper game plan for the pie. I can go with the apple as well. That's fine. The lattice pie. I can go with the cherry pie as well. But if you don't have the pumpkin pie, you're just not doing Thanksgiving correctly. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That's our text line to be a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Texter says, what about the green beans? It's a must. Yeah, you got to have green beans. It's a must. Green beans are good. I would go green beans, corn. Go with the standards. The hits, the classics that never fail. You can go with all of that. But again, you do the turkey and then you do the stuffing for the sandwich the next day. It's got to be good for the sandwich. The leftovers. I'm thinking long term, days ahead. What's going to be the meal day 3 when you still have plenty of turkey left? Again, your situation might vary. You might not have leftovers. We will at my house. And so you got to plan for all of this. I like the. And do you go with the stovetop stuffing, the quick? Or do you go with the traditional stuffing? Or can you do a little bit of both? I say you do both. You got the instant ready just in case it didn't turn out the way you wanted with the classic stuffing. You put it in the oven. And I'm not sure. Some people do the stuffing inside the turkey. Others do not. I am pro buttering the turkey. You butter the turkey the proper way, it's going to be juicy for days. And I don't mean just slapping the butter on top of the bird or putting it inside. No, you have to get the syringe. The turkey has got to be injected with the juices. There's a method to this. You have to make sure that you're inserting the butter, melt the butter, fill the food syringe up, inject it in, that you got a juicy bird. Foil tint as well, don't forget. And of course, for those of you that are new to the turkey, there will be turkey tip lines available for you. Please take advantage of them. Make sure that you have prepped your turkey well. You probably needed to have defrosted it days ago, have it ready to go. And so if you're not at that point yet, you got time. You can do the water bath. And you just take it out of the fridge and you put it in the water bath. Help defrost it. There you have it. All the turkey tips you need and then some. That's going to do it for this edition. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back with you on Monday of next week. Basketball tomorrow, though, will be on the air at 3 o'clock. Saturday, we'll be over at the football stadium for football. So we got a couple of days in between where we're not going to be here. But have a great Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you all soon.